Yo, yo. Welcome to the Fishy Matrix with Danny and the Bizz. But it's just Danny tonight. And I got a little fish cam going over here. Um, just my phone going in the other room. Seems to be working kind of all right. At least from my angle, it seems to be a little bit jumpy right now. But yeah. So there's a lot of people streaming tonight. I'm not necessarily expecting a very big audience, unfortunately. It's hard to compete with Aquarium Co-op and, Bob Kaler's doing an auction for the White Chipmunks and stuff like that. So I'm pretty much just here talking to myself. So, yes. Thanks, June, with Only Oscars. Hit that like button on the way in. Who's that handsome man? What's up, Bigfoot Fish Tank? Christopher Maderos. Hey, there's my peeps. I'm glad to see at least my Patreons are here. June, you brought up something. You brought up something interesting that I'm thinking about. You were saying, how I like to go out and do karaoke, and you guys see my parody songs and stuff like that. I've parodied some of my, favorite songs and things like that. And I have other songs that are really good, like some of my super favorite songs that I haven't parodied. And a lot of it is just because, the words haven't just come together right, like other ones. Like most of my parodies are just like things that just pop in my head all of a sudden. It's just like, you know what, I can actually run with that. But I do a lot of karaoke, and June was just like, why don't you film yourself doing karaoke and stuff? And, part of it is just because I don't want to be that guy up there, with the microphone and, my phone in my hand doing that whole thing. And then I always feel awkward asking somebody else to, record me. So, I don't know. I might, start doing something special. I think, especially for you, June Only Oscars, like you're paying for, the top tier of my Patreon. And so, that means that you get to kind of help decide, where my channel kind of goes and things like that. So I think at least for you, I can hear myself echoing from my phone in the other room. Hold on a second. I can't believe I just now noticed that, but I'm going to go mute my phone real quick. Hold on, because that's going to annoy the heck out of me. Okay, back to business. So, yeah, I'm thinking about doing thank you. I wouldn't necessarily call myself an artist when it comes to music. Well, maybe a little bit with the parodies or something, but I don't know. Like I don't write my own music. Like I had a golden record producer who's worked with like Jay-Z and stuff like that. Approach me and like ask for my information and stuff like that. But I never ended up like contacting him or anything like that myself because like I was thinking, it's like, oh, this dude, has some songs and he wants me to sing some songs. And so I was like, cool, I'm down with that. Or you want me to, lay down a melody to a beat that you got? Like I can do that sort of thing. But I think he was more thinking that I'm an independent artist that's like writing music and, was going to like, use him for his like recording studio and stuff like that. And it's like, no, that's not me. And I mean, I could probably make my parody songs and stuff a whole lot better if I went and used his recording studio just to lay down my audio. But I don't know. Then I'd have to start like giving him credit and stuff. And I don't know. It just kind of takes away from doing it all myself. How's it going, Gina? Great to see you. So yeah, I might start like just kind of like how I have my phone propped up, filming the fish tank in my other room there with my White Cloud minnows, my Synodontis petricola, and there's one little baby African peacock in there, peacock cichlid. I'm sure you guys have seen him around the bottom a little bit. And then I've just thrown random plants in there and just random stuff all over the place. It actually looks really nice, though, how it's grown in. But, so yeah, I might prop my phone up and film myself doing a couple karaoke songs here and there. And then maybe just, like, post them on YouTube as, like, unlisted. And then, give my Patreons a link to watch the unlisted video. So you can see the link to get to my Patreon at the bottom. The lowest tier is just $1, and where you can, go all the way up and pay for as much as you want. And I forgot to announce it on last week's episode of Danny and the Bizz. I had actually finished it by last week, but I just forgot to mention it because we were just talking about other stuff. I have purchased a domain name for a website now. You can see it scrolling at the bottom. You can find my merch. It's still through Teespring, but now I have my own little URL. You can go to glassboxhero.org, and it's .org, not .com. If you go to glassboxhero.com, you'll find some guy in another country. I don't remember what country it is, where he's a voiceover actor or a voiceover person, voice actor. And so he sits in like a little, glass box doing like voice acting. So you can go to that website if you want to, but mine is glassboxhero.org if you want to get, cool Glassbox Hero merch. Tank tops are live. They come in a lot of different colors. For some reason, my old t-shirt design isn't wanting to expand into the other colors. So I might just, can the old design and just kind of remake the my fish is better than your fish design. And so I can put Glassbox Hero on the back instead of the Danny Weshy Aquascaping and Design on YouTube or whatever that it said before. And get some more colors out there. You got the Glassbox Hero mug that just looks fantastic on the black. Yeah, the black mug costs just a little bit more than the white mug, but it just wouldn't look right on white. And when you like print the film or whatever, you can pick a color, but then you still have like the white mug, and it just kind of looks a little weird in my opinion. Also, the Glassbox Hero stickers, which are fantastic, and they're great for on cars too. Some stickers don't work outside. Mine has gone through a lot of storms and heat already, and it's doing just fine on my car. And you can't find these on the website, but you can always email me at glassboxhero@gmail.com. And Glassbox Hero guitar picks as well. They're really cool. If it'll focus or whatever. But I'll send you 2 of them for, just a couple bucks. 2 for $2. And that just basically pays for the shipping and gives me $1 as well. It's like $1 to send a letter or something like that, So, yeah, there we go. Merch. Thanks for sharing that there, Christopher. Wow, I got 6 people watching. How awesome is that? It's hard to compete with all these other streamers, and I wouldn't be surprised if Rico Stan, with his focus on, is running late too. Berkeley Bell is a really fun person. Haven't done much work on the pond here recently. It's been really, really hot this week here in St. Louis, and I was just super lazy today. I pretty much took a shower right before this live stream, and so I got my hair in a braid now or whatever, and so I'll have wavy hair tomorrow when I go to karaoke and stuff. And probably tomorrow I'll film myself for the first time doing a couple different karaoke songs for my Patreons. I am all right. Yeah, I am all right. I'm fine being all right. I don't need to be great, just all right. And I don't think I've ever really worn the tank top or anything here on any of my live streams, so I can kind of show off some of my tattoos and stuff. This is a design that I made. It's like a symbol of duality, because the cross is like one thing, and then a dragon can be like a symbol for the devil or evil or whatever. But I just think it's a cool symbol for duality. And then let's see, this is OIF 0910. That's from my trip to Iraq, Operation Iraqi Freedom. Flag like tearing out of my skin. And then that's a Celtic biohazard symbol with like a green cloud behind it. This one was actually done in my own apartment by a buddy, so it's kind of like a test tattoo. Like, I don't know, like he was new to tattooing and stuff, but it's pretty good. Could have done a little bit better with the shading, I guess. I wanted it to kind of fade more into my skin, but hey, it's not bad for $20. And let's see. Most of you guys have seen this one on like videos and stuff, maybe. It's a handprint, a wolf print, and a W all mixed together to mean Wolfman. Tundra, stop drinking out of my fishbowl. And then I have a tattoo on my back, but I don't know if I can even. No, it's not going to be visible. I'm not taking off my shirt, but it's a skull wearing an army beret with the Harper's Ferry pistols going out, which are like the military police flintlock pistols, and it says like A Pluribus Unum, United States Army on it. Yeah. Well, yeah, I know it's not big. It's not big enough for a handprint either. It looks like a raccoon print. That's the best guess that people have come up with, in my opinion. Is like, what is that? Like a raccoon print or something? It's like, it's close actually to what a raccoon handprint would kind of look like. But yeah, no, I got it there. But that's just, so it's actually my tattoo artist like signature. Like, his name is Wolfman, and so it's kind of like being in his like little tribe. Some people have gotten it like up there and a lot bigger and stuff like that, but yeah, it's his like signature. He's done like almost all my tattoos. He did the one on my back, he did this one, he did this one, and he did that one. But that was another like just kind of cheap tattoo that I like. And then Pretty much like he has some, friends or people that he's tattooed that are, um, in the fire department, other people that are, police officers and stuff like that. So he's had, people that have had like this tattoo get pulled over by somebody else that has that tattoo and be like, oh yeah, get out of here or whatever. You're cool. You've been tattooed by Wolfman. You're awesome. And the White Cloud minnows kind of doing a thing. I think a couple of the catfish have kind of made themselves present a couple times. There's that baby African cichlid that's in there. It's the only one that survived my last spawn. So since he's small, he's just in there. Once he gets a little bit bigger, I'll move him into another tank. I'll probably eventually just move all of my remaining African cichlids into this tank. Since I only got 4 of the big guys left in there, and I only have a few of the other ones left, I've been getting rid of a lot of them. So I don't really know what to really talk about. Oh, so I just had to pop back in my head. So I've only met this person in person once, like, but I've been playing like online video games. A game called City of Heroes. It's a really old computer game that actually like supposedly had gone away, but it never actually went away. It just became like on this like hidden server sort of thing. But for people that I have these friends that I've been friends with them, like actually in person friends for several years. They're actually my ex fiance's parents. Great people, and they introduced me to this game and introduced me to their like super group. And so we all like chat through Discord and we play this game like every Sunday and sometimes on Saturdays too, but mainly on like Sunday afternoons. That's what I'm doing, is playing Cities of Heroes with Clint and Julie and Tony and sometimes Seth and Mary and Ed and a couple other people too. I don't even remember all their names, but Tony I've known, and I actually met him in person one time, though they live all the other people other than Julie and Clint, they live all over the United States, and they actually met on this game like 16 years ago. So they've known each other for like 16 years, met a couple times in person, but like the second time that they met in person, like I actually met Tony as well because he was over at their house, and we actually played City of Heroes over there on all their computers and stuff like that. But on Thursday morning, I got word on the Discord chat that Tony, which is like Seth's dad, he died of a heart attack that morning. So it's just kind of weird that it's like, although I only met this person once, like it's like it hasn't like really fully hit me yet, but it's like somebody that I've been playing video games with like every Sunday for like the last like couple years is just not going to be there anymore. And it just kind of brings back, flashbacks to like when this community lost Aquarium Cop. And I mean, we've lost some other people too, just to other things. Like we don't see I don't see Amy anymore. I can't even remember what her YouTube name was right now. It's like Sandy Creek Aquatics, I think. Yeah, because she lost her husband, and like so now like she doesn't like she's not really involved with YouTube anymore. And so it's just like, man, it's just weird how people from all over the world can actually get connections through all these different forms of like social media, I guess. Like I have my video game community, I have my fish keeping community through YouTube, and I have I'm working on getting a local gardening community, well, joining one. They're already a community. um I'm part of MASI, the Missouri Aquarium Society, and anybody can be a part of MASI. And it's like $15 a year or something like that, and you get all the virtual meetings and all a lot of cool stuff. So definitely maybe check into joining MASI if you don't have any sort of aquarium club where you live, and yeah, joining this gardening community, and sharing knowledge with that. And it's mainly older ladies, so they're always looking for younger people to join. And I think they're only like $10 a year or something like that, and that includes like field trips and stuff like that. And then I get to also sell my plants in the Valley of Flowers group, so that's pretty cool. I hope to start doing that, you know, growing a lot of different things, and sharing starter plants with people. And then maybe I can start doing air layering and stuff on my different blueberry bushes, and then I can start selling blueberry bushes and starter raspberry plants and blackberry starters and things like that. Because when I was there, now I was there on the second day at this Valley of Flowers event. I'm sure there's more stuff on the first day, but the second day they had a lot of different vegetables and things like that, but I didn't notice like any fruits. I don't even think I noticed any strawberry starters, which was surprising. Maybe strawberries. But, well, I guess technically there's no such thing as a vegetable, so it's all fruits. Like peppers are fruits, tomatoes are fruits. Anything that blooms and then something starts producing from the bloom, it's a fruit. Um, there's technically no such thing as vegetables. Vegetables is a made up word. Um, there's only fruits, roots, and leaves or vegetation. So, like, lettuce and spinach and stuff like that, you're eating the leaf of the plant. Potatoes and carrots and like rhubarbs and stuff like that, you're eating the root of the plant. And then peppers, tomatoes, oranges, lemons, all the citruses and things like that, those are all fruits. And then you have a strawberry, which is technically an accessory fruit. I'm going to pull up an image here of a strawberry, and I want you to look at it up close. Let's see here. First, let me share screen, share tab. So, if we look at, say, well, here, it's easier to show on this like white strawberry than it is on like another strawberry. Can I zoom in even closer? Anyway, I'm not sure. But if you look closely at the strawberry, this whole like fleshy white part is not actually the fruit of the plant. It's the accessory fruit. But that's the part that we actually enjoy. The little red parts, I'm not sure if you guys can see my cursor or not, but probably not. The little red parts, if you look really close and you're looking in the HD quality, you can even see a little bitty stem coming off of them. Those are actually the fruit of the strawberry plant. And there's little bitty seeds in there. So when people say eat your fruits and vegetables, they're mistaken. Oh, and sometimes you eat the seed too, like corn, and you're technically eating the seed. Corn is closely related to wheat and any other grain. It's just that seed grows extra large and is sweet, so we enjoy it. But if you let the plant like continue to grow like beyond ripe, like they get hard, and that's how you plant corn is you take a kernel of corn and you put it in the ground. Like strawberries. I've had some strawberries already this year that have gotten ripe. Best strawberries ever are the ones that you grow yourself. And I'm telling you, like, if you're not into gardening, like, that's cool, but like when you grow your own food, or if you at least get like local produce that's grown from local people at like a farmer's market or something, it's just so much different than that fruit that you get from your grocery stores. Like, I know different areas have different names of grocery stores, but here in St. Louis, Missouri, we have like Schnucks and Deerbergs and Aldi, and there used to be Shop and Save, but that got bought out by Schnucks, and there's also Save a Lot, and there's a couple others, but those genetically modified things that you're getting, like if you get strawberries in those little bitty plastic containers from like your grocery store, it barely has any flavor compared to something that you grow yourself. Because when you pick it from its prime ripeness and then you just rinse it off in the sink a little bit and you just take a bite right out of it, oh man, there's just so much flavor in that fruit. Yeah. Yeah. Corn has to be planted. And then what's interesting too is the trees. So the plants that grow like trees or bushes, they get the thick bark, shrubs, stuff like that. Those sorts of plants, they have to, if they're going to grow from their seed, they have to winterize. So like you can't just, buy a peach from the grocery store and, eat the peach and clean off the big seed and plant the seed and expect a tree to grow. You have to basically, you can grow a tree from a peach that you buy at a store, though. So what you have to do is you have to like eat the peach, obviously. I mean, or throw the peach away if you don't like peaches. But I mean, why would you want to grow a peach tree if you don't like peaches? And actually dry the seed out And then once the seed is like almost fully dry, but not 100% dry, then you got to basically put it in like a moist paper towel and put it in the fridge for like, 3 months, something like that. And once it winterizes and thinks that it's going through a winter, then you can actually pull it out and plant it into the ground and get a tree to grow. So what you could also potentially do is just, plant it right before winter. But depending on how cold that winter is, it might actually be too cold for it. And it'll like freeze. You definitely can't grow it out of a pot over winter. It has to be, buried into the ground. And yes, that is true. Even if it does grow, it might not grow peaches, depending on what sort of genetic modification they've done to these fruits, because that's been a big thing as well, with Monsanto and stuff, is that they've been genetically modifying their plants to produce fruits that don't have seeds. So, seedless grapes. Like, who wants to bite into a grape and have a big old seed in there when you can just bite into a juicy grape without seeds? But you can't grow a plant from a seedless grape. But then somehow you can actually buy a plant that produces seedless grapes. Because I've, one of my ex-girlfriend's dads had a seedless grapevine. But then you can't, continue to make more grapevines from it. So that's what they do, is they basically force you to, buy new plants every single year versus having, plants that will continue to reproduce. It goes along with another video that I watched earlier on YouTube when I was, doing my thing all day. About, it's like why we can't have nice things was like the title of the video. And it was about, the world's longest lasting light bulb, and how there's been a light bulb that has been nonstop, like going for like, I think they said 120 years or something like that. Pretty much since the invention of the light bulb, that bulb's been going. Because basically with the light bulb manufacturers and for capitalism and the sake of profits and things like that, they basically maximize the life expectancy of a bulb to crap out after a couple years so that they can get you to continue to buy more light bulbs. And so that's just kind of how everything is sort of designed. Like, if they made products too good, you would never have to buy the product again. So then you would more or less eventually run out of people to buy your product. So it's not really good marketing to do that. And, they'll even, make the most minor of improvements, and the big iPhone kick, like, oh, you got to get the next iPhone every year, because, they updated the operator, the iOS, 10.1 or whatever versus 10.0. Or they like, oh, this next year, now it comes in lime green. Ooh, I got to get the lime green phone, Yeah. Yeah, I love grape plants. Yeah. have coffee in there, and I need it because my throat is like super dry. So look at the fish for a second. So I know last week I talked about this local grocer that's like a mom and pop shop that has all these plants and stuff near where I live called Goki's. And this coffee that I have came from Goki's, and it's called Leprechaun Gold. I don't I don't remember the full description of it or whatever, but it's like so good. If you've ever had a coffee called a Highlander Grog that has like a maple sort of tone to it or whatever, this is kind of similar to that, but it's also got a little bit more of a like true coffee flavor too. Like it's like so good. And I realize how crappy the printing on this mug is. So this one is just a little bit off, but then like this side just seems like way off. I've already fixed it on my merch shop since I could see how off it was here. I was able to make those minor adjustments. So if you order yourself a glass box hero mug, I'm 99% positive that it'll be lined up a whole lot better. At least I would hope so. Really just don't have a whole lot of people in here. But I'm glad that I do have this nice group. Oh, look at that. The Synodontis petricolus out a whole lot. See, in that tank, I just have kind of just thrown a lot of random stuff in there. You can kind of see the roots in the background. That's from a pothos plant that's coming out the top. But then on the far right side, that plant is Bacopa. And then right in the middle, in the back, there's a Crypt Bronze Wentii, I believe, in there. And then there's also some kabamba kind of in the front there. Or it might not be kabamba. It might be star plant or something. I think it's kabamba though. And then there's a bunch of like giant Anubias in there. There's a big random piece of wood in there. Oh yeah, I added a women's tank top as well. Yeah, the women's flowy tank, which I heard from Jess, I believe, that the women's flowy tank kind of runs small, so try and run a larger one. Oh, well, thank you, Mike. I like watching the little Petricola tail over, like, right behind the piece of wood. The one guy's just wiggling back there. It's so funny. It's so low lit. Look at him just wiggling his tail back there on the left. It's so cute. Yeah, I kind of like having this fish cam set up, and I know a lot of people enjoy having the fish cam as well. So what I'm gonna try and do is get a second tripod for my phone, or I'll get a bigger tripod for my webcam here, so it sits up a little bit taller because I have it on a small tripod, and the tripod is actually on top of a small box, on top of another box to kind of sit up a little bit. But I think I want it a little bit higher, even though it'll kind of block a little bit of my view of my television from this angle. Like, I want to be able to kind of be looking at chat and have the webcam kind of more eye level versus like looking up above the webcam like I am most of the time. And then I can use this little bendy tripod here to hold my phone up in different areas and have like a different tank going up every different sort of live stream. And that tank is really clear. The plants do a lot of good work. The pothos for sure. I highly recommend everybody try and get some sort of terrestrial plant to grow out of the top of their tank, because the roots like of a pothos, just one, it kind of looks cool in the back, and you can trim the roots to make sure they don't get too excessive. Or like, I wish I could show you this fishbowl right now. You can just let all the roots just go completely crazy and just cover everything. But the pothos sucks up so many nitrates that like you can go without doing water changes and stuff like a whole lot longer that way when you're growing plants out of the top. And then it adds a whole nother layer to your tank as well. And there's ways you can do it while still having a lid on your tank too. You just have like, if you do like the traditional like lid that like comes with like the light fixtures, like what I have on this tank here, the areas where you pop out the filter, you can have like a little planter basket, that's like the perfect size to just like go right out of there. And I like using the expanded clay leca, and like I use the I've talked about it in other live streams, but those little bitty pots that come with the aquatic plants that you buy at like a pet store, or even like if you order from like Aquarium Co-op, they come with those little pots too. I just take those pots and I like fill it up with leca, and I stuff a pothos pothos plant that's already started getting water roots right in there, and I just hang it on the back using some wire, or I've even glued like those command hooks onto the back of a tank before. Um, but you got to find the right sort of glue for that, because I found that using super glue, like the same sort of super glue that you use for like the planes and stuff, that cyanoacrylate Gorilla Glue, if you try and use that to glue onto two smooth surfaces together, I find that the glue sticks to the plastic command strips pretty well, but it doesn't stick to glass very well, and it doesn't stick to smooth painted ceramic very well either, because I used it both on the side of my little indoor pond that I had, and I've used it on that tank right here. But it held for so long, but eventually the super glue just kind of broke off, and I found the pothos like completely in the water one day when I came home from work. So I actually have used the vining of the pothos itself to basically prop it up on the side to hold up the basket itself. So it's kind of self-supportive now. The same way I have a pothos growing out of this fishbowl over here, it's being completely supported by itself now, just growing over on top of the fishbowl and kind of Ewing and vining. Well, thanks, Chris. And that's just kind of a tank that I didn't really care about as far as scaping either. I've just kind of like had random rocks and threw them in there at first, and then I took that piece of wood out of my fairy forest tank that I had, and cleaned all the moss and like algae off of it, let it completely dry out. And then I was like, whatever, I'll just throw it in here too. And then just kind of threw some random plants in there. And some of them I'm just kind of growing out to use for other things. Like that crypt in there, I might eventually put that into another tank or something like. But yeah, I just kind of just threw all that stuff in there. I call that my no-scape tank, because everything's just kind of all over the place. But it kind of works in its own way. Like, I think if you look closely, if I solo layout again, yeah, you can actually still kind of see some Blackbeard algae pieces on the that piece of wood, little flowy pieces. But yeah, so it looks really clean, but also like on the bottom left, like there's some brown algae there on the glass. So yeah, I guess beauty's in the eye of the beholder. You guys see it for one thing, and I just see it as there it is. It's a tank. We got about 10 minutes left here, and then we got to head on over to Aquafunk. But yeah, I think I might do the. I think I might film myself doing some karaoke, and do like some unlisted videos, and yeah, just share them with my Patreons. So here's the thing. While I got both my Patreons here in chat, I've noticed that neither of you, Chris or June, are on my Discord. I'm pretty sure, and I don't know if either of you use Discord. I don't really use my Discord a whole lot, but on my Discord, I have a special channel just for my Patreons, And I'm pretty sure I have it set up, whereas if you sign up for my Patreon, you're supposed to get a link to join my Discord and be able to have that Patreon only channel. And I've been wanting to use that channel to communicate with you, my Patreons, like about like, you know, different aspects of my channel, be able to share different things with you and actually give you that, you know, that's true, like member sort of content through there and communication. So definitely, get that and join that, because that's how I'll be, you know, that's how I want to be able to share the link with you guys for the video and stuff like that, and talk with you guys about different stuff, and you guys can give me ideas for different things, because like you guys are so supporters of the channel, and so I want to make you like part of the channel as well. I can play air guitar and lip sync. Though it might have been a autocorrect. Yeah, it's lip sync. And don't get me wrong, I can play guitar. I personally don't think I'm very good at guitar, but I can play guitar. I pretty much I didn't have my guitar plugged in, but I totally played Crazy Train. But if you look at a couple of my other parody songs, if you pay really close attention to like the guitar solos and stuff, a lot of it I'm just kind of getting a general idea of what it should be. So I want to be completely honest with people, because I'm finding out more and more that a lot of people think that, I'm recording the music and stuff like that. I'm not. I use a karaoke website to purchase backing tracks, and I record my own vocals over the backing track. And so basically I'm purchasing the song, cutting out the audio, the vocals, and replacing it with my own vocals. And then I sync myself playing the guitar parts unplugged, with the audio of the song that I purchased. So like to a point, yes, I can play Crazy Train, and I played Crazy Train for the video, but the audio that you're hearing of the guitar playing Crazy Train is not actually me playing the song. So I just always want to be completely honest with people. If I ever do, write my own music or something like that, something that is completely original, that will be, me recording the audio. But I don't have any super special recording equipment. I couldn't get that quality of sound recording through this microphone of me playing through an amplifier without a bunch of different sorts of noise gates and things like that. And yes, it looks like I'm playing because I'm guitar syncing is what I'm basically doing. I knew how to play Crazy Train already. I knew how to play Walk by Pantera already. But I didn't know how to play Jukebox Hero. I didn't know how to play Old Time Rock and Roll. And at least me, when I look at those videos, I can tell. And I know Terry could tell that I didn't actually play Glassbox Hero at all. I was just kind of mimicking it. And so it's whatever. It's not that I can't play it. It's that I don't have the proper equipment to make it sound good. And if you like, I have some videos of myself playing, like with the recording, like from like 12, 13 years ago or something like that, on a completely different channel. And like the audio is just absolutely terrible. And so like, I don't want to produce something where the audio is terrible. I want to make it actually, good. So that's the way that I do it, at least for now. If I ever get a bunch of money where I can, make my own recording studio and stuff like that, like, I don't know. But I'm not like doing it for like, to try and make a music career or anything like that. So, okay. Now, I did actually play the didgeridoo, the audio of the duckweed dance from Ballroom Blitz. Now, I actually, what's interesting with the Ballroom Blitz is that song, I actually watched the music video and a bunch of other videos of Sweet playing the Ballroom Blitz. So that song, I actually, for the sake of the video, I actually learned how to play that song. And the didgeridoo was actually me playing, but, little producing secret or whatever, I can't circular breathe, and I can't possibly play that long of a consistent sound that's at the end. So I actually recorded myself playing a couple different parts and sections, and then kind of pieced it together where it sounds like I'm playing a long continuous or whatever, so it's, there's a little bit of what's it, Hollywood magic or whatever. I can't think of the term right now, but there's a little bit of, production behind some of it, and yeah, it would take years to sound right. I've played music for years, saxophone. I've played saxophone for, let's see, I'm 32. So that means I've played saxophone for 21 years. No, 23 years. Because I started when I was 9. I first picked up a saxophone when I was 9 years old. So, but circular breathing was not ever something I learned. And I understand the concept of circular breathing, where it's basically like you like that, you trap air pockets in your cheeks, and while you're basically quickly breathing in through your nose, you're squeezing the air out from your cheeks to produce the sound. And very, very talented musicians can do it flawlessly. That's how Kenny G on the saxophone set like a world record for the longest note played through circular breathing. He just continually played a note for 14 minutes or something like that. I don't even remember exactly how long it was. Sax Men Kiss for a long time. You're not wrong. But it's called the bendy sex whistle, that's what I call it. Yes, the didgeridoo was real. I'll prove it to you right now. But that's about as best as I got. Anyway, guys. Yes, the bendy sex whistle, saxophone man. We are passionate men, you know? Very, very passionate. And I guess that can be too long for some people. Anyway, guys, we're at the hour. It's time to head over to Aquafunk. If I can, oh, Big Tank Hank, great to see you. Thanks for stopping in. If you guys didn't watch, Big Tank Hank had a stream earlier about lizards and snakes and everything, herpetology and stuff, with really awesome guests showing lots of really cool snakes and getting into the genetics of pythons and stuff like that. So very interesting and intelligent stream. I definitely suggest going to watch it. And come on, let me get a mod to share that Aquafunk stream. And I will see everybody over there. Thanks for stopping in. Didn't have much of a crowd tonight. I'm sure I'll get some people watching the replay. But hey, as soon as I saw Aquarium Co-op and stuff like that, getting all the notifications for these other people going live, I was just like, well, I'm not going to get very many people anyway. But I appreciate each and every one of you, my true fans, for being here. Sorry, I got cat hair all over my face and it's making my nose all itchy. The Gina's Reef, Only Oscars, Christopher Medeiros, New Local Austin, you guys, the true OGs, everybody's here all the time. I can't believe Terry's never here anymore, but he's probably busy doing other things. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming in. And I guess I gotta say, so long. And thanks for the fish.
Okay, so what do you need besides a miracle?
Fish. Lots of fish.